Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about Love Island USA, Season 7, Episode 26. We are standing on business. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. So this episode, look, girl, I'm like, it made me mad. It made me mad in a lot of ways. I'm like, first I was like, oh, they trying to get messy. Then I was going through and I was like, they just getting messy. Then I was like, okay. They manipulating my emotions, they manipulating their emotions, and everything is just flaring up. So I was a little annoyed by this. Like,
Yes, I was wondering if this was used to replace movie night, but who knows?
probably
But I hope
not.
they do still have movie night, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
So yeah, let's start with
Yes,
Taylor and this situation. Thoughts?
bruh. Bruh, I was boiling on the inside because I'm like, there is you absolutely go ahead and be honest. Take the opportunity to be honest because you are getting called to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
But this entire time you have led like you're this southern gentleman. There
Mm-hmm.
is a way to do it. And what you did was absolutely inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole you thought I was supposed to come in here and move for you? I'm moving for me. You wanted me to think and feel for you? Like, too much, my brother.
Yeah.
Too much.
Like to me, that was such a it was such a like I don't want to say an opportunist or somebody who like you don't care about my well-being. That's basically what he's saying when he says I'm not
Yes.
moving for you. He's saying I'm not caring about your well-being. You thought I was in here caring about your well-being? No, I am caring about my well-being. And I think that at the end of the day, it's like his sin is not liking Alandria. That's not his sin. His sin is not being honest with that girl. He ain't like her from the beginning. That's why this little
Yes.
quick thing with Clark could take him away because he was not liking her from the beginning. He said he wasn't attracted to her. So this whole situation of like, oh, you wanted me to move for you, it's like you kind of tricked her into thinking you cared about her on that level because you weren't
Right.
honest with her. And so she was making choices that were like a we. Like
Considerate of you.
yes. And I think I said this before. I've done it before in relationships where you start thinking like a we and you need to be thinking like a me. Like, and
Yes.
Alandria was thinking like a we, and she should be thinking like a me. And I'm not saying that in the sense of like that Taylor was right. Taylor was dead ass wrong because he wasn't being honest with her. He was feeding her, thinking like, oh, making her think that, oh, we're a we, but they were never a we. It was always her and him. And so if she was clear about that, she could have moved in her own best interest, especially with Jalen.
Agree. I agree. Yeah, it really hurt my heart to see Alandria like that. Like, in that moment, I was just like, Taylor, all you have to do is just be honest and say, you know what? Like, I apologize. I did lead you on, but I do really enjoy this connection that I have with Clark. Now I'm looking at you all types of ways. First, I thought you was just a coward. You didn't have the courage to be honest and speak the truth. Now I'm looking at you like you the scum of the earth.
Yeah, like he a
Like for real.
schemer. Like it's
Yes,
like
like
he
you
he was
scheming,
like,
you scamming, you was here to try and get to the end with whoever was willing to take you, and you was willing to put Alandria's feelings on the chopping block for that.
mm-hmm,
Alandria basically said, like, I'm thinking about the fact that I don't want to put you in a position to end up getting dumped if I know I do not like somebody more than I like you,
mm-hmm,
potentially.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He's like, but you was willing to do that for me. We didn't know if anybody was gonna get dumped or not, but
Mm-hmm.
you was ready to let me go and walk up out of here
Yeah.
despite the fact that I kept making a decision for you, well, for us, which was Alandria's mistake.
Mm-hmm.
But you acknowledge it by saying, I appreciate the fact that you were considerate of me, and I apologize that I cannot return that. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have to apologize that I like Clark because I like Clark.
Mm-hmm.
But God, it was just like,
Yeah. It's like he just basically
it
wiped his
was
ass
too
with her.
much.
Like he just wiped his ass with
Yes,
her. And like
yes, yes,
it's like I'm done
yes.
with you. I don't need you for anything else. And I'm not, it's like there's no appreciation for anything. And it would be different if he was moving in a, like, it's no appreciation. And then on top of that, no honesty. And it's like you
Yeah.
can't do both. When
Yeah.
you do both, it makes you a schemer. It makes you a
Yes.
user. It makes you somebody who doesn't give a fuck about nobody else. And so it's like boom, like that type of person I stay away from. That's that energy. I stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? People
Yes.
should stay away from that. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like if I
And
was
then
Clark.
Clark over there smirking and smiling about it. I didn't like that shit either because at first with the way her and Alandria had their exchange, I was like, okay, I can respect Clark for this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
But you over there smirking and scheming, hold your man accountable. This is a time when you can go ahead and do it in public. So go ahead and let him know, like, babe, like I enjoy what we have, but I'm gonna have to tell you, you did do this a little wrong because you had this girl thinking that there was gonna be something else. He over there, he told me, yeah, he told me, like, I know he played her. It's okay. That's basically what she was signaling in her body
mm-hmm,
language and over there
mm-hmm,
smirking about it.
mm-hmm.
Was not
Yeah.
cool. They
No,
both
I
could get
agree.
pop my villain.
I agree. Like if I was Clark, it would have for me really truly made me feel like, do I what
Yeah.
how do I feel about him? It would have made me feel a little differently. Just like and not, I know this is going to do this at the end, but just well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till we get to to get to Austin because I'm
Okay.
gonna say now. I'm gonna say it
Oh,
now. I'm gonna say
yeah.
it now because I know
Yeah.
Jalen was scooching over. She was like, once he got into that little ace battle, like Jalen was like, she was over here. She was not
She
like
was not feeling
I
that.
mean, I don't know. We had to see her confessional, but I know every little shot she was on whoever's arm. She won't lean in towards Austin, and so you can change your mind. You can see some shit you don't want to see, and just like, not
And you
for
got the
me.
right to change your mind.
Right?
Taylor had the right to change his mind
Yeah,
about how he may have wanted to pursue
yeah.
Alandria, but be honest about it. Point
But
blank
and
period.
also, I don't think he ever changed his mind. I think he always was clear
Correct.
that she was a
Right.
friend. He was trying to. I don't feel the romantic. I don't feel the attraction. He said he wasn't attracted to her.
Yeah.
So I don't think he ever, ever, ever changed. I think he just saw something he liked and was like, well, I can stop pretending now. Got me a real one,
Right.
and
Right. Right.
that's what
Right.
the story was. That's what I feel.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
interesting. So that's
And
what
then also
oh,
too, I'll say one last thing. When you see that a woman is activated, if you care about her, try to disarm her. All he did, what he did was grab his balls.
and got
Y'all want
cockier.
me to make a choice, huh?
Right.
Y'all want me to make a choice? I
Right.
choose Clark. That shit,
A,
ooh,
a boy. He is a
a
boy. A
boy,
boy.
childish as hell. I'm
With
like,
his
Clark, you over here smirking and shit. This nigga can't even kiss you right.
paint. I know.
I know he ain't touching you right.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. No words. I mean, he's gonna have to learn. He's gonna get his like life's gonna give him that. Like it's like sometimes like
Yeah,
when you get swell up in your chest, get upset at somebody, it's like you gotta just recognize the energy they're putting out there. It's gonna come back to them, and so. It ain't necessarily it's gonna come back in this way, whatever, but it's gonna come back because that was foul, and it went from like it's like he creeped up on the foul meter, like you know what I mean. He wasn't being honest
yes,
with her, and then it was like, is that a boyish like you need to learn and grow and mature mistake, or is it like intentional? But it's like the way he's moving and has moved consistently, it gets worse and worse and worse. It's like you still not telling her got another girl over here, and still not being honest with her, and then it's like then you do this thing and you're doing it in the most rude, embarrassing way for her. It's like you ain't got no heart. You ain't got no heart. So I'm
yeah,
done on
yeah.
Taylor. But anyway, um, Alandria.
Alandria.
Yeah. So what was your thoughts about like Alandria got hot? Alandria got hot,
Yeah,
hot. I was glad. I'm like, I need you to stay there, girl. Stay in that
yeah,
feeling. Don't get out of it. Stay in it. Understand that that's the portal you gotta go through. That's the door. It's the fire. It's hot and it's whatever. But you gotta
Yes.
go through that to the other side. You keep retreating back to like, oh,
And don't come
it's
back. Don't come back.
you gotta go through the fire. You gotta go
Yes.
through it, and on the other side is gonna be whatever it's gonna be. But yeah, I'm hoping that she stays in that space. Um,
I want to see none of the girls after this tell her
mhm,
that Taylor is an option.
mhm,
I need the girls to come forward for real.
mhm,
Like
mhm.
we ain't doing that no more, sis.
Yeah,
Like he done embarrassed you. Like
yeah,
girl, please
yeah,
don't. I
yeah.
don't want to see none of them bring up Taylor's name as an option unless it is a fuck you
Mhm.
before or after it.
Yeah, and I hope that, to be honest, I mean, I wish there was couples. I wish they could move couples because I want to see Clark and Taylor go boom right now.
Yes,
Like I want to see them go. I want to see Taylor go, just to be honest. But I don't think he's going to go because the way they're talking about this vote is like it's going to be like last time. And so if the vote's going to be like last time and the boys can save him, it's just unfortunate. But it's probably going to be that. And then we got new guys voting. We got new girls voting. Who knows who's safe at this point? You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it is what it is. Any other thoughts about Alandria? Like I know we had the Clark test, of it all, and so.
I thought they both handled it pretty well. I
Hmm.
like I said, I think I said it in another episode. Clark, she get on my nerves because she talked like this.
I
And I'm like, I don't know if this is like a timid, a shy. I can't read what it
think it's just her.
is,
She got a flat
but
face. I think she's just a,
but
like
could
I think I
be.
said, like she reminds me of that girl Monica Calhoun from the Players Club. She was on The Best Man. I think her name was
Yeah, we did
Mia.
say maybe because of the chin, like she got to keep it
Yeah,
down. But
she got a long chin.
I
I
just
think
like,
it's just her face.
girl,
She got a
just,
flat face, and it's
I
just
wanted her
like
to
that's
sit.
just I ain't got
I
time.
wanted her to sit up while she was delivering this.
Yeah.
She didn't, but either way, Alandria, she stood as she always does,
Hmm.
shoulders up, and she let her know where she was coming from with that. Can we move on to Chris?
Chris, yes. But one thing I do want to say, I don't know if it was in the
Oh,
Huda, but because it's connected to Alandria, Chris, and then Huda's gonna be next. So I want to say
yeah,
it now. But I did think Alandria's comment putting Huda's business out there was a little bit much. But you
yeah,
know, I did think it was a little bit much. But at the same time, it's
yeah.
like it's like I don't know. Emotions were heightened. Like she ain't had to say it. I feel like she could have if she could have just not said it, it would have been, a little bit better. But
Agreed.
yeah.
Um, so should we start with Chris or should we start with like
Let's
Shelly and walk down? Like, what you do? Let's start with Chris.
um if we're gonna start with Shelly, we're gonna start with Ace. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let's do Ace. Let's go Ace,
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, where
Ace,
should we?
Shelly, and then Huda and Chris. Let's go reverse the order a little bit. Let's go to Ace.
Okay, okay.
Because that was interesting. The Ace.
First of all, Ace walked up there mad as hell. You could tell he was already ready to fight. I'm like, look
I know. And
at this. He walked up, man.
I didn't realize he was 5'10". Everybody joking about his height. I was like, okay, 5'10" ain't bad. Like, I'm sorry.
Fucking really ain't bad. That's an average man
I
out here. Like,
know.
y'all gotta
I
stop. Like,
know. We've been talking shit about Ace, but he is really not that short. Like, he's really not. I mean, I ain't
yeah,
been talking shit about him. I'm just saying we as America.
yeah,
But
right.
I've been talking about his actions, but not his height. Like height's not a big thing for me. But 5'10" for damn sure. I'm like, like 5'10" is easy peasy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I,
Yeah,
5'7"? Like 5'6 3/4, but I say 5'7". And so as long as you at least 5'8", I'm good. I
yeah,
prefer you to be like not 5'9" or above, but he ain't a shorty. He not that short. That's basically what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the ace of it
The guys are
all.
just all tall. I think they're all over 6 feet.
Yeah,
So
they
I think that's
basketball
what
players
it
in here.
comes
They the
with.
Monstars,
Yeah,
the Space Jam
right,
Monstars. They out here
right.
supersized. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, I was just I, so many thoughts because I don't think that Ace is playing this whole thing right with Shelly. I think he says things that sound good. They're nice sound bites. Like What did he say to
So Amaya asked, if you and Shelly are so strong, why not close it off? And he basically put it back
on
in Shelly's
Shelly?
court, put the blame back on her
And
because she wants to explore.
but it's like,
I'm not gonna close off with somebody who don't want to close off with me. Again, basically saying she needs to come to me. I told her I'm here. I said, hey, let's do this. So she has to now come to me and make the bigger step. And it's like telling a woman, all right, we can be boyfriend and girlfriend, but you're gonna have to go ahead and propose. Like that's not how we
yeah.
do
Yeah,
things.
it's
Like
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. That's what I mentioned last episode. It's like Nick stepped on business and was like, he asked, you know what I mean? I need him to like stop like pussyfooting around with it, like to me. And I just feel like I like the fact that Shelly stood up and said, "You the one who wanted to explore. Like, what are we talking about now? When I do, you're upset. Like,
right.
I didn't like his answers. Like I said, they sounded good, but when you think about it, it's like, I don't know, I don't know.
So also in Ace's mailbox was the comment from Austin about him having this posse that just follows his lead,
Mhm.
specifically about the whole Jeremiah situation and him pretty much saying like Jeremiah was damned if he did, damned if
Mhm.
he did it.
Mhm.
Ace was like, "What you mean about that, bruh? Explain yourself."
Mhm.
Austin said, "I mean, you're a leader." And I said, "Okay, you're giving it to him nice." Then he said, "But I just felt like, Jeremiah couldn't do no right. They follow you, and I feel like you had an influence in that." And he said, "Motherfucker, I'm a leader, and I'm gonna stand on my shit. Okay,
Yeah.
but you,
You.
5'9", you 6'7", and you with your motherfucking chest. You going around telling everybody how you don't like Amaya, and you couldn't say it to her face."
Yeah. I was like, when he first started talking, Austin, I was like, okay, Austin, boom, call it out because they were haters and he was just the leader of the posse squad.
Yes,
But then I was like, I wrote in my notes, I said, boom, ooh, Austin ain't want that smoke. Like, Austin ain't want that smoke. Like, he wasn't ready.
he
He
was
wasn't
not
ready.
ready. And Austin was sitting there, baby, taking every single bullet. He could not. He just, I don't know why he could not just take accountability in that moment. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this was an accountability shit
Yeah,
show, if
yeah,
anything.
yeah.
It was so easy to just say, again, I did say those things in confidence to the
Mm-hmm.
guys as I was trying to, sift out how I was feeling with
Mm-hmm.
Amaya. But yeah, Amaya, was she fired up about it? I was with her because Amaya asked him, "Am I making you feel uncomfortable?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about me?"
Mm-hmm.
And Austin kept reassuring her that things were fine.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, no, like that's real. I also just feel like ultimately, like this is why you can never count Ace out, and this is why I can never like, even though I think I said it before, he's multiple things. It's like even though I think certain things about Ace, even in this situation with Shelly, I think Ace is being a little bit of a, I'm trying not to say the word pussy, but like he's being a little like wanting her to lead and wanting her to, be more vulnerable than he's willing to be. And it's like, you're a man, lead, and you know how to lead. So don't try to pussyfoot when you get to the situation with her. But for everything Ace is, he is always a confident and going stand on business type of man. And it's like that type, it's like you can sometimes teach the other stuff, but that
right.
heart, you can't teach that.
You
And so
can't
it's kind of
teach
like
that.
you kind of like, okay, let's mold some of this other stuff you got going on, Ace. But that heart, it's like you can't teach that. He can't buy that nowhere. So it's very
Yeah.
valuable. I know Shelly was sitting there like in there. She's like, I know we fighting, but come
Mm-hmm.
on, we can go in the back. like
Yes,
what you come
yes,
on, come
yes.
on, come on. Because
Yeah, no,
like
honestly.
it
And
was it
Shelly, and
was
I feel like Ace's aura allowed Shelly permission to go up the way that she did. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, I'm following my man. What y'all got to say? Because
mm-hmm.
we gonna address it right here. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on that. Ace is a lot of things, but one thing Ace is something that a lot of men don't ever get to. They don't ever get to that. That
And
that confidence in being able to say one thing and then also stand on it. So I definitely appreciated Ace in this episode for that
yeah,
much at least.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I guess it's easy to segue into Shelly and the comment. Like, was it? I don't know who was it from. Was it from Ace? But it was like, don't understand
Ace,
why you
yeah,
want
basically I
boundaries,
don't
but you're
understand.
exploring.
Yeah,
But it's like Ace is. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like love Ace, but also hate Ace. Like, because it's like, bruh, you don't understand it when you were trying to set up boundaries with Amaya, but still exploring. Like, you want to set boundaries on people when they're convenient for you, but when they start being
right,
convenient for the other person, like, it's a problem. You know what I mean? And
right.
so I think that he need to just go ahead because he's acting like he said to her, "I want to close things off." He ain't said that because if he said that and she said, "Well, I don't," they know they would have put that in the episode. They would have put that shit in the
Right.
episode if he had said, "I want to
Correct.
close things off with you. I understand that you're exploring." And then on top of that, throughout this, we learned that Chris and Shelly ain't really even been talking? Like, so what are we talking
Right.
about? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Are we just talking
Right.
about both of them getting upset at each other for the challenge? You know what I mean? And if it's just that, then bruh, just be like, okay, I see your boundary that you'd like to have for me. I see your boundary that you'd like to have for me. And let's squash this because we like each other. Let's squash it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
which is I think what Sierra was trying to say, but it's just
Yes.
like they are still so activated about this. Neither one of them are trying to hear each other, and I'm like, if y'all make it out of
Mm-hmm.
here in the real world, this is going to be a problem because this
Mm-hmm.
shows that y'all are very stubborn, and when y'all feel some
Mm-hmm.
type of way, there's no moving from either one of y'all.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that it's just like neither one of them is validating the other's feelings about it because I haven't heard Ace do that. I haven't heard Shelly do that. And I think that that validation of their feelings is would be the key to kind of unlock the like whatever's pinned up in their chest about it, and then they can move forward to being like, okay, it this is a boundary that you feel like we should establish because they keep acting like exploring is open or is closed, and it's just like getting to know somebody. You tiptoe and you get closer and closer to certain things, and so certain you open up more, you create more boundaries at the same time. So like in the real world, you know what I'm saying, like first night you may not be like, oh, come to my place, but in a few, weeks, months, whatever, you might be doing that. And at the same time, as you simultaneously get to know somebody more and you let them in more, you start expecting them to be more exclusive with you. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Right.
necessarily that it goes light switch off. And so I don't know why they're acting like they can't have a conversation about boundaries when they aren't exclusive. It's like they're moving towards exclusivity. And so if they want to say, let's not booty pop on other people and booty pop in each other's face, like we just do kissing for challenges, that'll be for us. That's where we are right now. Cool. Like, but they're not willing to have this conversation. Like you said, they're just not hearing each other. So
Right.
they need to get it
Right.
together. We need to send Ayanla, somebody up in there who
Right. Somebody to come fix their
oh, I
lives for
know, send them
sure, for
right.
sure. So the other thing that Shelly got in her box was I'm not exactly sure what the comment was, but it was something about her not necessarily exploring Chris. And her response to that was like his intentions weren't there. He said one thing and then he
Mm-hmm.
ended up doing another,
Mm-hmm.
which she elaborated more when he went up there and was
Mm-hmm.
like, you said that you came here for me. You
Mm-hmm.
said that you wanted to explore me
Mm-hmm.
and you haven't been pulling me for chats. We haven't been talking.
Mm-hmm.
And so clearly there is a switch up that Shelly is seeing and
Mm-hmm.
feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris, he keeps saying, well, you want to explore Ace. It's like both him and Ace, both like, you want to explore the other. So I can't explore you. It's very weird because you guys are in Love Island.
Yeah.
So, yeah, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, with Chris it's giving that like it feels like he's getting his own way, to be honest. It feels like he let Ace scare him a little bit, like this whole thing with Ace like get in his
Yeah,
head, that like she has a stronger connection and he don't know how to operate in competition, so he going to what's easy, like not trying to say like she's easy sexually. I'm just saying that she is an easy option for him and she's available and he's going doing that. And that's why I think Sierra had that question for him. Are you
yeah,
really interested in her? Because it's like it's giving you just were like here for Shelly and then you don't feel like she's giving it back, so you're going to switch up. But all his talk last episode about validation, not getting validation, and not getting enough validation from Shelly, it's like some of these dudes be expecting women to pursue them and to do these different things, and it's like, yeah, no, no, I'm not here to
Yeah.
say like, oh, women can't operate in a way that is calling you, inviting energy. Yes, you're inviting the energy and be like, yeah, it's, you can come here, but I don't believe women should be pursuing men. So I think maybe he's being spoiled by a lot of, like, I don't know, women who are on him because he's a ball player and all this other stuff. And so he's like, oh, she's not really, into me and da 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 da. But
Hmm.
I think he get in his own head and in his own way about it. And he need to just man up a little bit and like understand, like, everything worth getting, you gotta go out and get it. Food don't
I
fall in your
don't even
lap.
want. I'm off of Chris after this
Mhm.
episode.
Mhm.
Don't like him.
Mhm.
Every
Agreed.
single time he said I could give a fuck less, it was just giving a little. It
Yeah.
was too much for me personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I would want to be with a man. I don't think Shelly would want to be with a man who speaks that way.
Mhm.
And so it was a bit much. It was given like I'm willing to argue with you as a woman. It was given a little sassy,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
It
it
was.
wasn't cute.
Yeah. No, I
It
agree.
wasn't cute.
I agree. We're like blending all of it, but all of it did blend.
Well,
um.
yeah, I mean, because now it's perfect because we can go
Mhm.
back into Shelly's last comment, which was from Huda, talking about, so you keep telling me it's just a challenge, but what was the problem here?
I Girl,
I don't know. It's like it just goes right over
it
Huda's. It goes
does.
right over her head, like. And then when she said, and actually, let's just go ahead and put all the statements that were out there. That way we could just have a full conversation because the Shelly Huda thing definitely just goes right in.
Mhm.
Another statement that Huda got was basically Hannah should have been the one here and you should have been dumped. Nick clearly consistent. Love that
Mhm.
for you.
Mhm.
Shelly gave her the comment about, you're not a girl's girl, there's no a
Mhm.
reciprocity. And then, yeah, I think she said, fuck this game and walked off after that.
Well,
But
no, that was after the Alandria comment.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but you ended up brought up the Chris thing about you being here for like Chris being there for like a win-win or whatever. I think you were right. Like you said that it was like a little ploy or whatever, but it looks like it's Huda who brought it up to say like, why don't I bring him over so he can explore
He'll
you, and
explore
then
with you.
I'm interested in him, and it's like, yeah, you brought him over for you, and it's like
Yeah.
that is very interesting, very 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 interesting. I think like
But it makes sense because if you go back to that moment, Shelly was like, I think that's a perfect idea. And I think that was her trying not to react because she said that was a moment that, like, it ain't
mhm
sat right with
mhm
her ever
mhm
since.
mhm
Because don't say you're doing something for me.
yeah. And like to go back to the first comment though, where Huda was like, what happened to it's just a challenge. And I loved how Shelly answered that. She's like basically that's when you bending over backwards calling bombshells bitches who don't even know you. She ain't say that. I said that.
Right.
But that's what she should have said. Like,
Yes.
that's what that's about. It's just a challenge. You don't have to do bend over like the Matrix. You don't have to threaten every woman because you don't called Amaya a bitch when she came in, like in the room. She called her, not to her face, but she called Iris a bitch
Right.
to her face when she was on there. And so it's like, girl, how do you not understand that when somebody says it's just a challenge, they're speaking to the direct facts and circumstances that caused you to react in that way. So they're saying, you calm down, don't do those things because it is just a challenge. What Shelly is doing is something totally different than what you're doing. She's doing this, she's telling you calmly, might I add, to a person who knows that Ace is with Shelly, Shelly's with Ace. They are each other's strongest connection. So you're fully aware of all the dynamics of the house, unlike a bombshell who's coming in. She's saying this to someone who should know better. So it's a
Right.
very big difference. And I'm just like, also, this is what you chose to say. You say you want to apologize, but you ain't want to put an apology on top of. You ain't want to put an apology first. You didn't want to say, I
Right.
apologize. I should not have done that. I do have one clarifying question. Like, even if it was a clarifying question, like, ask that shit at the end. You know what I'm saying? Don't put that at the
Right.
top. And so I was like, Shelly, I was here for Shelly all day. I'm done. Shelly walked right on
Period.
off. I'm done. Like, it's like,
Okay.
you don't have ears. You can't hear. You know what I'm saying? So why am I
Right.
wasting my breath talking to you? Like, boom.
And I
Left her
really
walking
thought
off.
when Shelly said, when she brought up how she was treating the bombshells, I thought Huda was going to get it in that moment. But the way Huda was like, if you don't want to forgive me, I get it. It's like she's just learning how she apologizes like a child. She apologizes like someone who doesn't necessarily understand what they did wrong. So they're just saying it to like move to the next moment, hoping that the person is going to forgive them
Mm-hmm.
and forget it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like,
No, yeah.
but it looked like I am curious to see how everyone responds to this when she does want to pull everybody to the side and garner her
Yeah,
support.
because that's going to
I'm
happen.
curious about how the girls are going to show up and where the line might be drawn because I think Alandria she kind of made it a little sticky, by bringing
Yeah.
up the kiss. However, I was of the mind of, but this is like another thing, right? Like the girls they will go and pull the other girl to the side and say, "Hey, I'm gonna have a chat with this person. Hey, I kissed this person." For instance, Alandria, as soon as Sierra walked in, this is what happened between Nick
Mm-hmm.
and I. She did the same thing to Hannah. Same thing to Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah sitting here telling you all of her business, telling you the things that she is sensitive about, only because Huda's like, well, practice with me. Tell
Mm-hmm.
me what you want to say to
Mm-hmm.
him, what you're afraid of. And then after that conversation, you go and you pull Pepe.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these are the things that you're not understanding about being a girl's girl
Mm-hmm.
and reciprocity, and that it's just a challenge. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad. Last episode, I said I feel bad for her. Today, I'm just like, get her out the house. Get her out the
Yeah.
house. And unfortunately, I also want Clark out that house. So between the both of them, I don't care who goes. One of them gotta go. First up on the podium was Austin. Adrena brought out the fact that she's not sure how he made it this far because he's
Mm-hmm.
not really exploring. Of course, his response was, "I've explored everybody in here." Da, 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 da. And his girl Jaden backed him up. We all know
Well, she
that was
said
not
that
the case.
he wasn't putting in any effort or something like that, and she was talking about the
Right,
Shelly
right,
thing.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, facts, but I was surprised that it was Andrina who said it. I was like, okay, okay, sis.
But I was thinking, okay, so Adrena did because then Adrena came in after that was already over, so that means that she watched it.
No, I think that he was still with her like when she came in, right? She was because Shelly and Ace didn't pick each other until the door situation. Oh, but
Adrena
you're
was after the door.
right. You're right. So they do be watching. That's what I'm like. Chris ain't got no
Yes.
excuse. You done seen this all
No
before.
excuse. But we already see homeboy is nuts. Okay.
So let's switch to Sierra. So she got this was for Nick and Sierra because Nick did Nick go up there by himself? He didn't,
Yeah, Nick didn't go up there.
and that's interesting. It's like why couldn't Nick and Sierra get why couldn't Nick get the one with Nick and Sierra? Nick got no notes. That's
I think they
interesting.
just showed us the ones that had. Well, maybe they only showed us who got notes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like if he didn't get no notes except the one between him and Sierra because he couldn't have notes, you know,
Yeah.
or unless they just didn't show it. But that means Nick is well liked.
Yeah.
We like him. They like him.
Basically.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Why they sent Hannah home? I thought that was a cool question from Pepe. Pepe seemed like he down bad. He seemed like he missing Hannah, but Hannah she
Yeah.
probably chip cheerio in London
Maybe, maybe.
with
Well, I had
Charlie.
saw. I think in one of her interviews, she had said that she felt like Charlie wasn't necessarily like speaking about the future that much in comparison to Pepe. Um,
Okay. I
Even though we
mean,
saw that comment where Charlie was like, "When you get out of here, like I'm gonna hit you up and we can see if we can make this work." So I was confused when she said that in the interview, but I guess overall his vibe was giving very right now. Like I just want to take this day by
mm,
day versus
mm,
Pepe, was very future oriented with
was
her.
he
So
okay?
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know who I like more for her. I honestly almost wondering if I like Pepe more because something about Pepe, he all right, and this whole Grayson thing, I'm like I'm confused as to why he don't like Grayson no more, or like I thought he liked Grayson. He turned down Andrina. I guess he just like I am. I'm not good for anybody right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I know what
Yeah.
that feels like. I've been there before. You know what I mean? Like, so if that's where he is, he's like, I'm not. I'm one person on my mind, and that's it.
Yeah. I
Then
think using Grayson was just like an easy scapegoat, unfortunately, because that's who he's in
yeah.
a couple with.
Hmm.
Um,
But it's like I
but
thought he was
yeah.
interested a little bit in Andrina, but I guess maybe I don't know. But yeah, so Sierra got the question from Pepe and why they sent Hannah home. I mean, I think they answered it like very classy, but it still don't make no sense.
It still don't make no sense,
It
Sean. It
still
still
don't
don't
make
make
no
no
sense.
sense.
Um,
And while we're here with Pepe, Sierra also asked him, like, are you playing it safe
oh,
to get to the end when you know you want to be with Grayson?
was that her question? I thought that we didn't know who it was. I thought it was. I almost thought it was him writing it to himself because he had mentioned something about it before, writing, bringing it. That was Sierra's question.
Maybe it was a question mark and I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I thought it was a question
Yeah,
mark, but I
maybe I
could be
wasn't sure.
remembering
Yeah,
wrong.
it could have been a question mark, and he didn't. Nobody raised their hand because I think everybody was like,
Like, who
"Okay,
is
who
that?
wrote that? Who wrote
Yes.
that?"
Yeah,
And
no,
nobody said
nobody raised. Yeah,
anything.
because I remember
Yeah,
being like, why are they pressing so hard for people to reveal
yeah.
themselves? I'm like, bruh.
But it looked like he used it as a moment to like state his case and said, "I'm sorry, I do have Hannah in the back of my
Hmm.
mind."
That's why I thought he
Grayson
wrote
seemed like
it.
she wanted to keep talking about it, and he was just
Yeah,
like,
done.
"That it's it. It's a done deal. I tried to get to know you. I think you a cool girl, but
Yeah.
it's just I got Hannah in the back of my mind." And he was
In
like, "She
front
was
too.
slipped from up under me. What am I
Yeah.
supposed to do? You know?" Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's that. That's Pepe. We got Sierra. Well, I guess we didn't talk about them being allowed in the bedroom. Like I was like, bruh, I don't understand how these people will be out here in these streets fucking in the same room, but that's their business, you know.
Yeah, child.
Um.
So I try to be respectful. Okay.
Yeah.
And
But in
then
Amaya had a
Amaya.
big reaction based on
Yeah.
the fact that he said she cries too much.
Yeah, I did think it was a bit much that, Ace chimed in and then Zach piling on in when he also just had a conversation with her that morning. It's like everybody is saying all of these things about her and no one is saying it to her face. Ace said it to her face. He said,
Mm-hmm.
I want boundaries, but,
Mm-hmm.
the two other people she's been in couples with. So I did feel bad for her in that moment because it was just like, damn, she done asked both of y'all pretty much like what's up,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all both have continued to just lead her on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure she's feeling very used, very misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
I did like that Brian was like, this is how we talk in Latin households. Like her saying baby, and all these other things. Like that's just
Yes.
how we speak, and it don't mean
Yes.
nothing. And like
Yes.
if you want her to meet you halfway, you also have to meet her halfway. I was like,
Yes. Brian.
okay, maybe this Brian, you need to explore with Brian because he's already understanding your language. You're feeling misunderstood, and that
Yeah.
is part of it. Language is a part of it.
Yeah,
So
no, he gained some points for me on that. Like, because
yeah,
I ain't
for
really been giving
sure.
Brian no attention or nothing. Like, I say that like I'm in the villa. But I've not really paid him no mind. I'm like, okay, Brian. But Brian, that made me feel like, okay, that's a manly trait. Stand up for her,
Right.
speak the piece. Don't let them just railroad her. And I think Amaya's point of like you said, they had all these opportunities, private conversations to talk to her about it, but they didn't because they were scared in these private conversations to say things to her because they're scared sometimes of our emotion. They don't know how to like handle it. And so they felt like in this group setting I have the support of all these other people to say what's on my chest, and then like she has to either accept it or at least she's not going to bite my head off or like in a way that other people can't see, like, look, it's her, that sort of thing. They want the
Yeah.
protection of like
Yeah.
the
Zach, I
group.
didn't like that when Zach did that.
Yeah. And especially
Or
for
was
him,
that Austin? One of them
both of
was like, I didn't want to
them.
tell you because I didn't want this reaction right here. Like,
I don't even remember that, but I just felt like I just remember the energy that it was just like I agree with her. Like you had all day to talk to me. You had all this other time I asked you questions. Don't come here in a group
Yeah.
setting with your not you have the protection of the group. Like no, like
Mhm.
be bold enough to say one on one. Like Nick said to when he pulled her to the side, he said you. I feel like you went too much. Like at Ace, that's where you crossed the line to me, or whatever he said about Ace was where it got to be too much. And so it's like he's telling her the truth. And then he comes into the circle and says the truth again. And so it's not like the
Yes.
first time he's saying this it's the first time she's hearing it. That's why she can accept it out of all the shit that
Right.
was said in there. You know, he said you should go home twice. She
Right.
took it off the chin. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was
Right.
nothing because he's already said to her face. And so Nick is a very good example of like, you gotta just say stuff. Some of these men, like Taylor, scared to say that Alandria. You gotta just say stuff. You gotta say what it is. Like, stop
Yeah.
being a pussy. Like, say what it
Literally.
is.
Literally.
But
Yeah.
you
Any
know,
other thoughts? I did want to bring up that statement that Taylor made about Clark in his soft boy
oh yeah,
era.
there was a lot of stuff at the beginning of the episode. I was like, interesting. You know, there was a software. What is that? I also like.
I said, you mean pussy boy era? You mean no accountability era? Because you done already said that she don't make you be like feel like you gotta be on your P's and Q's. You over here saying she give you a kid like feeling. It sounds
Mm,
like you just don't want to be serious and intentional.
hmm. Yeah,
And
I'm.
Alandria might have been requiring that from you, and you didn't want to do that, which is cool if you don't, but just say that.
Alandria was like, "How old are you?" Like,
Right.
I felt her, but then I also was like, "Pipe down, Alandria. Like, just don't even worry about him. Don't let him get you riled up." But she got riled up, and I wasn't mad at it. But yeah, yeah. What? But that's a genuine question. Like, if anybody know, put it in the comments. What does he say? Sophomore era? Because I wrote that
Soft
down
boy
too.
era.
I was like, "What is that?"
You know they
Because
talking
it don't
about soft
sound
girl
it
era,
don't it sound.
but it's
Look,
not
I'm about to
for
say it
you.
sound a little
It's
moist. Like what is
yes,
this?
it's not for you.
I
Soft
know.
boy era don't exist. It's
Do
not
they
for you.
do they mean by this? Like the only thing that I could think of him meaning by this is like it's that it's like he's getting into like his lover like being romantic and being like falling in love. Is that what that means? Software era is like you're
Child,
getting
if
into this
that's what it
era
is,
of
say
falling in
that.
love.
Soft boy era, I ain't taking it.
Right. I know. Lover boy,
I
but
ain't
Lover boy is a
taking it.
player, right? Like a Lover boy is a player. Yes, no. I don't know.
I don't care. Get a different word.
Yeah,
But
no. I agree.
please give me
I
a different
agree.
descriptor. Software era is not it. Like everything that girls make or women make for them to
Hmm.
explain or express how they want to be treated. You know
Yeah.
when they say like princess treatment, now y'all want king treatment, y'all want prince. It's like
Yeah.
no, let us keep our shit
I
and y'all
know.
figure out what y'all want. Figure out what y'all want. But
Right.
don't take it cause we saying it. Like please,
Yeah, I
I'm not
know.
with
No,
that.
that's real though, because it'd be like Black Girl Magic, then it was like it became Black Boy Joy. And I'm not trying to say like we don't need to focus on men too, but it's like they need to spearhead things as proactive as opposed to like being reactive to like
Yes,
how we come
yes.
up with
Oh, the girls
stuff.
got this. Now I need this. Like, it's too
Yeah.
much.
But
You want
yeah,
to
I
be a
don't know.
soft boy.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I wrote down here. I was like, did Chris make Andrina breakfast, or was everybody just making everybody breakfast? Because I thought I saw him
Yeah, I
bring
was
her.
trying to figure that out. It felt like everybody was making everybody breakfast.
Okay.
I couldn't figure it out. It felt like a day everybody was just bringing up the plates as they was done. So I wasn't sure.
Mm-hmm.
I did like Ace came with his same energy. Here's the flowers. Here's the
Mm-hmm.
plate.
Mm-hmm.
They are in a little tissy, but he is still
Yeah,
showing
yeah.
up,
No, I
and I
like that
appreciate
too.
that.
And after all of this, they need to wrap this up. Like, come on, Shelly Ace, it's y'all.
Yeah,
Sit down,
yeah. They need to go
do
ahead
some
and just lock it
flashcards or
down now.
something.
Go ahead
Like,
and close it up.
yeah, they need to mend it, then close it up. And I need
Yeah,
Ace to like, bruh,
yeah.
like,
He gonna have to apologize. He gonna have to say we are here because of me. Will he say that? It's groovy. It's groovy, baby. It's groovy.
Yeah, yeah. They're interesting though. I'm
Yeah,
ready
like
for
I said,
them.
I don't know how they're going to be in the real world because of how they are communicating in this moment.
Mhm.
Yeah. Alrighty, y'all. Hopefully, y'all casted y'all votes. Let us know who you voted for in the
Yes.
comments. We will see you for
Shelly.
Thursdays. Yes,
Shelly.
Shelly and
Shelly.
Nick over here. That's who
Oh,
we voted
I
for.
did Shelly and Ace because
Oh, Shelly and Ace.
I
I'm
did
sorry. Yes,
Ace. I
our
gave Ace.
reasoning was Nick is already gonna get a lot of love. We got to make sure some of the other people we really want to
Mhm.
stay are up there as well. We ain't got
Mhm.
time for votes.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah. Alrighty, y'all. So that's it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll see you again for Thursday's episode.
All
And as
right.
always, follow us on Black Girls Talkin TV. Oh,
Yeah.
hit that subscribe button as well. All
And join
right.
our chat. DM us to
Yes.
join our chat.
DM us.
Um.
Alrighty.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.